Hello everyone, this is Blue Jim, and I'm continuing Mass Effect 2. So last time we were on, we just literally got in the ship. So let's go through real quick and check everybody out. You know how it is. There's always some people to talk to and introduce yourself to. But I thank y'all for joining me. If you like my content, please subscribe.
Upgrades are messing with our... Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby! Better than new. It fits me like a glove! And leather seats! Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
It's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you are such a downer.
That's old Joker. Let's go meet the rest of the crew real quick. Before we go, we're going to go get more Solus, the Solarian scientist.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound?
Yes. I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
I might do more than catch you, Kelly.
Now that's an enticing thought. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
I do more than hold you. Oh, Shepard. Already bird dogging.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the Elusive Man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the FTL communications room. In addition to interfacing with the FTL comm network, Normandy is fitted with a quantum entanglement communicator linked to the Elusive Man's office. This allows lag-free communication even when you operate off the comm grid.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
Each quantum pair costs nearly as much as a comm relay, and can pass only one quantum bit of data at a time. In addition to the cost and bandwidth issues, the system is strictly point-to-point. To contact 100 different worlds, we would need to manufacture and install 100 entangled pairs, one link to each world.
I've never heard of a quantum entanglement communicator. How does it work?
Essentially, two subatomic particles are created in an entangled state. One is installed here, and the other in the Elusive Man's office. When one particle occupies a given quantum state, its entangled partner will always enter the opposite state, no matter the distance between them. If we alter the state of our particle, that alters the state of the Elusive Man's. This allows us to send data in the form of quantum bits.
Why aren't these used everywhere?
Each quantum to contact 100 different
That's
worlds.
all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
I accidentally pushed the same log there that I already heard, so I just skipped through that last line. Alright, let's see, is there
Commander,
anybody
you received a new
else?
message at your private terminal.
I don't know if y'all, I will read them if they're one at a time, but I'm not going to sit there and read 8 messages while y'all want to watch me play. I don't want to do that to y'all. But I do try to get most of the, for now on, like if letters come in one at a time, we'll read them. And let's see, besides that, I mean, I like to do dialogue, all the extra dialogue. I like to try to make this as complete as possible for you all, so you get, close to a full experience as you can.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus's long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded and our backers trust the Elusive Man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific, but we're all working towards the same goal. We keep our ranks and structure similar to the Alliance. A lot of our recruits started there, but not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the Elusive Man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
What can you tell me about the Elusive Man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
Sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else. And when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my abilities.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
Give me 1 second. I just got to grab a glass of water. I won't literally be 30 seconds. I'm sorry about that. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there is an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected, it's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued them.
We could probably find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
Where did you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
Why did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, Anderson lost political clout. The Council backslid on the Reaper menace.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
We lost respect for Alliance leadership. We need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seem to be doing that.
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the elusive man. He made an offer, and here I am.
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. He'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and the Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander. I'm amazed Shepard came down to see us.
I told you he would.
There's the engine right there. Alright, let's head to get Morton souls.
We are too low on fuel to leave the system under thruster power.
Let's check the Normandy crash site out.
Anomaly detected. Probe launched. I have found something.
Pretty much every side mission in Mass Effect 2 is unique. In the first game, you could go on several side missions, but the buildings, like on the planets, they were similar. Each one was pretty similar. You know, most were. But the second one here, they really put a lot more money and technology into the game. This was, some people say the second one's the best one of the bunch. They may be right, in all honesty. Even though I enjoy the whole trilogy as a whole, in all honesty. I even like Andromeda, but that, you know, that's just my opinion. Seems like a good place for it, right where the helm would have been. Those are usually dog tags. Things that glow. Element Zero. Alright, I think I saw one more over here, a box that we can, destroy. There it is. This will be the last one. Yeah, I'm gonna do every side mission. Like, and DLC, so like, this is gonna be a full experience. I could just rush through the main story, but you know what? I don't want to do that. I want this to be for somebody who really wants to... Listen, I mean, if somebody's watching this playthrough, these videos range from 20 to 40 minutes, sometimes a hair more. So, I mean, I'm not going to rush. This isn't for a person who wants just highlights and to rush through it. And I can understand, maybe I will make a video of highlights. Like a faster version playthrough, just the main parts, no side content. Or maybe I could just add that into the title of each video, like the main missions, and then put side content. Do something so y'all know. One other thing I won't probably do is mining. Hey, in this game, get your resources. Oh, and just for the record, when it comes to the third game and the Reaper fight, if you get lots of resources, it really helps. Like, really helps. And if you get a bunch of resources, it adds, like, there's like a bar, 0 to like so many thousand points. Each, group that you get to side with you for the Reaper fight, it goes up. Well, if you get a bunch of resources, a big bunch of points goes to that too. See, everything connects in this game. But unless y'all want to see that, I'll just skip the mining part. I'll do that in between when I'm not, recording. So. Okay, so this is the Omega Nebula. That's Omega Nebula. So each little area, once you go in it, then it has multiple little clusters inside. And then you got to see, that's the Omega 4. That's the last relay, I believe, you take at the end of the second game to get to the final mission. Nobody can use it, though.
Until we have a solution in place, we cannot utilize the Omega-4 relay.
And this is how you get to other clusters. See what I mean? Look at that. That one cluster I was in had like, what, 5 or 6 little galaxies in it? Or not galaxies, clusters, you know what I mean. And a lot of those will have places to land on. Most will be in the main one, where Omega's located. That will be where a majority of a lot of the, planets you can land on are. But as you saw, the Normandy one, and that's only 15% that I discovered. That was the planet we landed on. That was it. Omega. Pretty cool place.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate, now.
Of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
Blasted scavengers. Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Arya wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Cut the attitude. I'm not here to cause problems for Omega.
Things explode around you, Shepard. You can't blame Arya for keeping an eye on you. Afterlife, now.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Morton Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlife that may have information on him.
Please. You have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
You Zaid Masani?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. Hey, we have a galaxy to save.
I assume you've been briefed?
I've done my homework. Cerberus sent me everything I needed to know.
My contacts told me we're picking up 1 man, not 2.
Batarian delinquent. Pissed off someone rich enough to hire me to go after him. And for my bring him in alive raids even.
Please. I didn't do it.
I said shut it. Tried to lead me on a chase all over the systems. He should have known better. These people always run to Omega.
What's your relationship with Cerberus?
Easy. Cerberus is paying me a lot of money to help you on your mission. That's the long and short.
Not many mercs would take a suicide mission for the pay.
Most mercs don't get an offer like the one Cerberus sent me. This mission doesn't sound like good business, but your elusive man can move a lot of credits.
Good to have you, Zaid. We have a lot to do.
That's what they tell me. I assume the elusive man told you about our arrangement.
No. I guess he decided to leave that information out of the dossier.
Good thing I asked. Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns. Runs the whole organization. Seems he recently captured an Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zoya, and is using their workers for slave labor. The company wants it dealt with.
I'll make sure we get that done.
Good. Get it out of the way so we can concentrate on being big goddamn heroes. I better turn this thing in before it starts to stink. I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
Alright guys, I think that's going to be the end of the video. It's 34 minutes. I know a lot of this was side content. Let me know in the comments if you all like side content or not. If not, I'll just stay on the main missions. There's certain things I do regardless, like the characters, how they have side missions that make you closer with them. I usually do those. I like to do all the side missions. Like I said, this game was a lot better made. More to it than it's like it's the same story, but it felt like a whole new game compared to the first one. But let me know how y'all feel about side content and all that. Just when I do playthroughs, like I like to honestly give like the full experience. I watch people play games I already own just to see somebody else play it. You know what I mean? See how they react, what they think about it. And then I've watched people play games that maybe I just don't own a copy of it yet. So for, especially for that person who wants to see the whole story played out but hasn't played it, then I'd like to do most of the content. So anyway, thank y'all for watching, and please subscribe, if you like my content. I'd really appreciate it. You don't have to, if you just like watching, don't want to subscribe, still happy to have you. So thank you, and God bless.